Welcome to the garage. I'm Robert, and this is Haslip Cycleworks. In today's episode, we're actually testing another product from a company that we've worked with before in a previous video. I'd previously showed you guys how we modified this bracket to mount to our serve flat table to store our TIG filler wire. I spoke to the gentleman that runs the company that makes this bracket, and we've been tossing around some ideas. I kind of briefly mentioned it in another episode where I said I was working on some stuff for you guys. This episode could not be brought to you guys without my man Steve at Mayhem Metalworks. If that sounds familiar, it's because he is the gentleman that made the bracket that we modified to fit our serve flat table. And he is the owner and operator of Mayhem Metalworks. When we hit 100 subscribers for the channel, I will be giving away not one, but 2 of those swag boxes. So to sweeten the pot for the 100 subscriber giveaway, and they will all include the stickers, the spam cards, the silicone bracelet, the t-shirt. But to make the deal a little bit better for you guys, I'll be adding the product that I'm going to show you here in a second. The product that Steve from Mayhem Metalworks and myself came up with for you guys. What I did was I had an idea and tried to verbally convey the idea to Steve. It's hard to explain. So what I did was drew it out on paper and took a photo and emailed that photo with the measurements and everything to Steve. If you haven't been to his website yet, give it a look. If you're looking for any sort of parts, steel, stainless steel, aluminum, whatever, he's your man. If you need something made, bent, cut, he's got it. He can do CNC laser cutting, and he also has a CNC water jet, and this thing is cool. It will actually cut cleanly and accurately through up to 12-inch thick material. 12-inch thick. That's nuts. Anyway, he's got a lot of parts on his website and his eBay store. I will put links to all of that down in the description. I will put all of his contact information in the description as well. Awesome dude. More than happy to help me out with this. But I'll show you what we came up with. This may look familiar. It is the smaller version of the filler rod holder. A much smaller version. My idea for this is, and if you look at the bolt pattern, it lines up with the serve flat table perfectly. Uses the 5/8 hardware, just like we used for that, and like I've used for the tungsten sharpener and everything else that goes on the serve flat table. It takes 5/8/16 millimeter. So I sent Steve the drawing, and without really much notice or anything, he sends me not 1 but 5 of these bad boys. And the purpose of this piece is to take 3/4 inch PVC, just like we did for the filler rod holder, which this is actually 1.5 PVC. This piece is designed for 3/4 inch PVC. The goal with this is to make the same tubes that we have with our filler rod holder out of 3/4 inch PVC and make them very short so they don't stick very far out from the bottom, but it will give you a spot to put your tungstens. 4 spots. So you could have 4 different sizes, 4 different types. You may have 3/32 and 1/16, 2% thoriated for your steel and stainless, 3/32 and 1/16 for aluminum, so pre-balled or however you want to do it. You can set it up any way you want. So as I'm welding, if I do dip a tungsten or whatever, I can throw it in here, and then when I'm done with whatever the welding project may be, I pop the cover off, take those tungstens out, sharpen them up, throw them in my ready to go. So this is the first iteration. This is a limited production run just for you guys. What I want to do is add one to each swag box for the 2 giveaway swag boxes when we hit 100 subs. Sound good to you guys? Sounds good to me. I may be adding some additional things to those swag boxes. We have kind of gone over the design for the filler rod holders to better fit Certiflat tables. So I may be throwing one of those into each swag box as well. So if you have a Certiflat table, you could be getting hooked up big time. Goal is to hit 100 subs. We're giving away 2, and I'll update you guys as things come in for those swag boxes. But again, I just want to thank Steve. This episode wouldn't be possible without him. He is the man when it comes to this stuff. He's killing it. Anything you need at all, hit him up. And again, I'll put all his information down in the description. So, now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get this ready to go. Let's build our tubes for our tungstens. And I'll go over that with you real quick. And let's get this mounted to the table and put some tungstens in it. Alright, so I've gathered our PVC parts that we're going to need to build our tubes. You're going to need 4 3/4 inch caps, 4 1 inch long sections of 3/4 inch PVC pipe, 4 3/4 inch couplers, then 4 5.5 inch long pieces of 3/4 inch PVC, and then 4 more 3/4 inch caps. So now that we have our parts all laid out on the table, I'm going to show you how we're going to assemble this. We have our bracket. What you're going to want to do is take your cap, place your 1 inch piece in about halfway. We're going to come up through the bottom of our bracket. Okay, then you take your 3/4 inch coupler and slide that on. Then your 5.5 inch piece of tube, slide that on. So that will give you this. All friction fit, no glue. And it's important that we don't use glue, especially on this cap down here. I'll show you why. So standard unsharpened tungsten fits in there. Plenty of room. Throw your cap on. So you have your tube attached to your bracket. Normal circumstances, you want your tungsten. Pull the lid off. There it is. Pull it out, throw it in your torch, do what you need to do. So you've got your tungsten in here. You have sharpened ones in here or ones that you've dipped and need to be resharpened. Just throw in here, throw your cap on, go on about your business. You get done welding on your project and you have a couple tungstens that you've dipped or need to prep, take your lid off. There's your tungsten. Sharpen them, ball them if you're doing AC work on aluminum. Throw them back in there. Now, as you sharpen these tungstens, they do get substantially shorter. So what happens when you get one that's really short and you can't quite grab it? You take your coupler off and you can get to it. It doesn't matter if this thing is that short, you can get to it. That's why not putting glue on these parts is important. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is use my hardware 5/8 bolt with a thin nylon lock nut on the backside. I'm going to bolt this to the front of the table. I'm going to assemble all of our tubes and show you what it looks like. Just a little note on our 5/8 inch hardware. To get the tubes to fit in our bracket, I had to grind down the head of the 5/8 bolt. If you can see how thin that is. And I'll throw up a picture so you can see what I'm talking about. But it's needed for clearance between the bolt and our tungsten holder tubes. I think in the next iteration we're actually going to use 1/4-inch hardware with some sort of large fender washer type thing on the back, so that kind of slots down into the 5/8 inch holes on the surf flat tables, and it'll fit a lot more different tables and setups and such, so it'll be more versatile for you guys. So be on the lookout for that. But with these 5 initial pieces, this is the solution. As you can see, I've got our tungsten holder bolted to the front of our surf flat wall table, and you can see the bolts have been ground down to clearance for our tubes. Tubes are all put together, and I don't have a abundance of tungstens to show you, so I've got one new one in here and unsharpened, not prepped at all, and I have another, and this one will be my, if I dip it while I'm in the middle of a project, like you can clearly tell I have done. But it is substantially shorter than the unprepped piece. One end is sharpened though. So what I'll do is, as I'm welding along, if I dip this tungsten and screw it up, then I'll throw it in the second container. And even though it's been sharpened a couple times already, it's still easy to get a hold of. And if it were even shorter than that, you can simply pull the cap off and get to it there. But of course, you know, once it gets to a certain length where it's too short, it's no good in your torch anyway. So but yeah, that's how I'm going to separate it. And then I'll have a second set. These are empty right now, but these two will be the same setup, ready to go, need to be addressed tungstens for aluminum once I get an AC TIG welder. Well, that's it. It's right there, out of the way, so I can still put some stuff up on the table and weld it, but not so far out of the way that it's not convenient. What do you guys think? I think it's going to work out well for me in my setup. This is the magic piece right here. And of course, Steve can cut these out for you with whatever hole size you need, whether you want to go with the 5/8 or a 1/4 or whatever it is you may want to do. You can do as many holes as you would like in this. You can do a single, a double, the quad like we have here. Your imagination is really the limit there. You could even do these out of different metal for you. Like I mentioned earlier, I do have four more. What I think I may do is I'll do a separate video on the whole giveaway. Kind of far off of our 100 subscriber goal at this point, at the time of filming this video. What I may do is, to make it an even better deal for you guys, is I will do 2 first place prizes, which will be the swag boxes with the 30mm tungsten / tool holder, and we'll also throw in one of these, and then 2 second place prizes, which will just be one of these for each one of those winners, and maybe some Haslip Cycle Works stickers or something. So still sweet for simply just subscribing to the channel, but the real grand prize is going to be the swag boxes with the 30mm tungsten / tool holder, the tungsten holder bracket, the t-shirt, the stickers. I'll even throw in, if you win the grand prize, I'll throw in the stickers from Mayhem Metalwork. Stay tuned to the channel, because like I said, I'll do another video on just the giveaway set up, it may get even better. I may add some more stuff. I got some more stuff in the pipeline for you guys. So it's going to depend on when those things land, whether or not they're rolled up into the giveaway. So get the word out. Let everyone know what we're doing over here at Haslip Cycle Works. Get them to subscribe. That's the goal here. We want to get to 100 subs. Let's get up to 100 subscribers, and there'll be 4 lucky winners. So let everyone know we're giving back on this channel. And you guys subscribe. You know, you're helping me out. You're helping the channel out. I want to do something for you. Let's get to at least 100 subs. All right, guys. Until next time, get up, get out there, and do it.